Hello Cancer, this is Monica with the Lynx Tarot. Welcome or welcome back. We're jumping in here with the energy oracle cards, and then we'll go into tarot and more oracle as usual. So we're just asking what Cancer needs to know the most right now. All right, your first card out is envy and 20. If you like numerology, we have 20 and 2. Envy. So this could be the good kind of envy or the not so good kind of envy. So the first thing I want to say is, Cancer, if you're comparing yourself to others, that's not the way to go. Try not to do that. Know that you are deserving just as anyone else. And if you want something that you see out there or something that someone else has, it's something that would be unique to you. It might not be exactly what that person has. So maybe creatively, get yourself to picture how exactly you would want that thing and what steps you can take to get there. If it's a house, if it's land, if it's a boyfriend, a girlfriend, a husband, a wife, right? So work on taking your energy off of focusing on what someone else has, thinking that you'll never have it, and focus rather on knowing that you deserve that too. Like, tell yourself, I can have this too. I can have this too, but tailor to me, tailor to the way I want it. And once you know what you want, then look into steps to get there. Baby steps, but you'll still get there. Okay, let's see what else we have from here. We have man holding a coin. So somebody is looking for love. We've got 43, which breaks down to 7. All right, Cancer. Somebody, listening, many of you I'm sure, are in committed relationships. So this could be, a gift that you're giving to the person that you are in love with, that you care about, that you're committed to, or they're bringing you a gift. There could be somebody in the mix that is envious of your relationship, and they might be trying to cause trouble. So that's for others of you, okay? So don't discount that first message about knowing that you're deserving and that you can tailor your dreams to what you know you want and then take steps in that direction, okay? That's one message. Another message here with envy and man holding a coin, someone is envious of your love relationship with another person or a friendship with another person. And if you feel like they're on the sidelines looking at you sideways, they are. I'm picturing someone, like you catch someone looking at you with an angry look on their face, and when they notice you looking, they soften up and maybe smile, but you caught them in their natural state there. So I want to say be careful of that, because if they're envious to the point of anger, then they might try to start trouble. So if you have a feeling that there's a troublemaker, there probably is. So we have 22, 43, and 7. And we have 24 and 6. Adjacent possibilities. So this is in life, in love, in career. If you're moving, there are many options and possibilities. It's time, if you're thinking about moving, it's time to start looking, and you'll know better what you want. You might have an idea, but say you haven't even looked yet, you'll get a better idea once you start looking. Even if you are like, no way am I living here or there or wherever, well, okay, then that's good. You rule that out. And then you might get to the point where you're like, okay, I really want a house that has a sunroom, whereas you might not have thought that before. Maybe you saw one that had a sunroom, but it wasn't in a good location, or something else about the house or apartment wasn't really for you. But you realize, yeah, that's really what I want. And you start to narrow down. And there's so many possibilities, okay? We have the star, so there could be an Aquarius that you're dealing with, or there is Aquarius energy here. So this is about recognition. I also wanted to say knowledge. Something about knowledge. Someone is gaining knowledge of you. So if you have your own business, someone is gaining knowledge of this, and you're gaining more traffic. If you're online, you're gaining more traffic. So I want to say it's time to check all of your platforms, because if you say you have an online business and it hasn't been doing much for a while, I think that soon there's going to be a big boost And people are going to be, say, looking at your website that maybe, wasn't really viewed in a really long time. And by the way, Cancer, sorry if you hear the noise outside. There's something going on out there. I'm not really sure what. I can't see it. It might be the neighborhood over on the other side because I can't see, but I don't want to hold back my reading days because then I can't get these readings out to you. So hopefully it's not disruptive. 8 of Wands, so communication, fast communication, back and forth, messages, and with the Star, yeah, I think there's fast communication in business for someone. That envy could be coming in there with your business, okay? It might not be just in a love relationship. So protect yourself, okay? You might want to have securities placed. You might want to screen comments or things like that. The 8 of Wands is, to me, it could be the arrows of love too, by the way. But it's about communication, messages back and forth to one another. It could be between you and a lot of other people. It could be customers or clients. For those of you dating, there could be a lot of interests. Maybe there are adjacent possibilities there for some of you. So you have to really decide, what do you want? Like, do I want to be in a relationship with someone who works a lot or travels a lot? Or do I want someone who, can be home and raise a family together? Like, what's okay with me? And we have the 4 of Cups. So there's an offer coming your way in some way. You're not sure about it because it's something you weren't looking for, something you didn't expect. So you might turn away from it and say, oh no, things are fine the way they are, but there could be a really good opportunity coming your way. So that's for you to decide, of course. But I feel like somebody's going to say, oh, why not? But it's not like a casual decision because you really don't want to even hear about it at first. But it's coming through loud and clear. Also, I'm back here with the Star. It can have to do with healing, body, mind, spirit, much needed healing. It might be a spiritual healing, a soul healing, like realizing that you are deserving, that you can have, tell yourself, I can have this too, but I can have it my way, tailored to me. What I think that other person has is something that I want, really isn't. Maybe something like that, but not exactly that. Look, the 10 of Cups, fortune after difficulty, happiness for you, your family, your loved ones, your chosen family, like whoever means the most to you. So there's healing coming to a family situation. 8 of Wands is being clarified by the 6 of Pentacles. So yeah, there's probably good news and communication having to do with business, receiving payment, maybe some unexpected payment or bonus. It could be from a private client too. If you're freelance or have your own business, there might be someone who, decides to pay you extra because they really appreciate what you've done for them. 4 of Cups with adjacent possibilities is here with the 2 of Swords. So you are required to listen to your heart about something, about one of these decisions. Okay, so let's go over here. Let me just move these around a little bit. I don't know what's going on out there. It's kind of starting to agitate me. All right, guys. And I don't know why I said that because I don't want to negatively affect your reading, but I don't know, I kind of felt like I wanted to share that. Maybe Cancer, maybe somebody is agitated about something. Maybe you're feeling a slight agitation with a person because you don't want to believe that they're jealous or vindictive. But it's better if you notice it. Not necessarily call them out unless you have to, but maybe it's better to notice it and face it and then maybe remove yourself from that negative energy. So this is the Angel Wisdom Tarot. We have the Magician, some Gemini energy here. We have a lot of air energy here with, we have some swords. We have the Star, which represents Aquarius, and this represents Gemini. Archangel Raziel is also represented here. I see lilies and roses. Magic is alive in your life. What you need to be a success will manifest. If you believe it, you can do it, Cancer. Okay, so if you believe it, you can do it. So if you believe, I deserve this too, I can have this too, but I'm going to find it my own way, tailored to me. And you totally can. I feel really excited for you about this. It's like you're waving that magic wand. See? See all the sparkles, like you're waving your magic wand. You're bringing happiness to those you care about all around you too. Look at this, the 8 of Wands twice. With man holding a coin, 6 of Pentacles, okay? So 8 of Wands, Archangel Metatron, there's perfect timing in love. If you're in a committed relationship, there's perfect timing about something to do with your relationship, something you're doing together. I want to say meeting up. So if, say you're in a committed relationship or married, right, which is also a commitment, something about meeting up. So if you're already married or committed, what are you meeting up about? Maybe you're meeting in the middle. And I want to say prosperity is coming in. Too much going on. So for some of you, there's too much going on, and there could be stress caused by many positive opportunities. So I do feel that here, especially with the 10 of Cups. There could be unexpected events or rapid changes, the ability to multitask, and for some of you, business travel. So that's reminding me of what I said, like when it comes to dating, you might meet someone who has a lot of business travel, and you might be like, I don't know if I want to get to know this person deeper because they're not going to be home much. And why are they even looking for a relationship if they're never around? You know what I mean? So that's for some of you, not all of you. And we have Justice, another major arcana. Archangel Raguel is represented here. Be impartial and objective. Stand up for what you believe. Try to see all sides of a situation, and you will win if your position is one of integrity. Yeah, so for those of you, oh, sorry, I just bumped the light here trying to get my kitty. Oh, here he is. So here's Buddy. Here, Buddy's doing mommy. This envious person, like, just let karma handle them. Maybe just remove yourself if they've done anything to harm you, or, you know, tried to get in the way of your success or an important relationship. Protect your relationship and, you know, communicate clearly with your partner about how you feel about this, and try and pull away from that negative influence, okay? That's the best bet there. All right, so let's see what we have from the Kitty Oracle deck here. What else for Cancer? Be a rebel, do your own thing. Buddy just gave me a kiss. Oh, Buddy, you want to see everybody on camera? Let's try. Doesn't always work out. Say hi, Buddy. Want to say hi? Say hi? All right. There. All right, there we go. There we go. What else? Buddy needed a little kiss on the nose. Okay, we have be a friend. Life is better together. How cute. And if you're thinking about adopting a cat, 2 is always better. They're healthier, they socialize with one another, they live longer. So, and there's ways to introduce cats too. Sorry about that, that was my phone. There's ways to introduce cats. So if you already have one and you're thinking about adopting another one, just do it carefully. Don't just throw them together because they're not going to get along. Cats are territorial, okay? That's their nature. But look it up. I'm just going to tell you the basics. You want to keep them separate, not confined, you know, but separate for a while so they can sniff each other, like between, like, say, a gate or under a door, but giving each of them plenty of space, that kind of thing. But better together, so when it comes to cats. But also, maybe it's time to be open to friendship again. Maybe you've been, you know, kind of keeping to yourself. Maybe you've been kind of salty about friendships because, you know, you had some negative experiences, but there are good people out there who aren't envious or troublemakers. But just take it slow, baby steps. Sweet pea, the comfort of good company heals old hurts. Okay, I like that. The comfort of good company heals old hurts. I don't know why that's a tongue twister for me. And we have the chrysanthemum. Be here always with willing hands and heart. Be here always with willing hands and heart. And I feel like for some of you listening, like your partner is always here with willing hands and heart, and maybe you've been turning that away for some reason. Okay, so there's a lot of like commitment messages here. Those of you looking for love, it's here, it's coming in fast. In business, There's a lot of communication back and forth. And Cancer, I think that you have a lot of possibilities opening up to you in many ways in your life. It's really important to listen to your heart about something. And again, like I always say about like forgiveness or abundance, right? We need to know what our definition of those things are, right? And we also need to know what our personal definition of listening to your heart is, okay? And when you figure that out, you'll know what step to take or what decision to make about a certain person or situation. All right, Cancer, thank you so much for being here. You know what? I forgot. I hope you didn't leave yet. I forgot the tea leaf cards. I forgot the tea leaf fortune cards. Well, I hope you all are still here. I might timestamp this because a lot of people like tea leaf. And I almost wrapped this up before tea leaf. So what else does Cancer need to know? Shield. Okay, you need to defend yourself. So protect important relationships, okay? It's okay. You have every right to. You should. We have flag. Don't be tempted to lower your standards, meaning, don't let that negative person in who doesn't have your best interest at heart. So don't tell yourself, you're a bad person because you're not giving them leeway. Because if you give them an inch, they'll destroy your life because they're trying to get what's yours, okay? So be careful there. We have crib, birth or conception of a child or enterprise. So something new. So that to me confirms these adjacent possibilities. All right, Cancer, thank you for being here. If any of this resonated, please comment below, like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you again soon.